Wow, I've been so consistent lately. I'm surprised too. I have gone on a lot of first dates in my life. I mean, I've been using dating apps since I was 17. 17, whoa. I remember I started with Meet Me. Do you remember Meet Me? Because I remember Meet Me. And then it went to Tinder, and I used OkCupid. I used Bumble. I am a dating app veteran. Not proud of this. I had mentioned I got out of a relationship last year, and I have gone on a handful of first dates with new people. This is kind of what prompted the video. I was thinking, as I was seeing all these different people and meeting all these different people and talking to all these different people, even if I didn't meet up with them in real life, like, there are green flags, there's yellow flags, and there's red flags. So a green flag is obviously something good. You love to see it. Yellow is, I don't love it, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker. It might turn into a deal breaker, but it's not one, and I'm still gonna pursue the relationship. And a red flag is full stop, we're done. My list that I have, my green, yellow, and red flags when you first start dating someone and you're first getting to know them, that is all based on my last year of dating and meeting new people. I was a little bit more strict in my younger days of the types of people that I was interested in. Now I'm kind of lessening up. Now I'm realizing that I don't really have that many deal breakers. If you have just a hint of emotional maturity and emotional intelligence and you're attractive, I'm open to it. I don't want to say I'm desperate, because I'm not desperate. I'll just phrase it as I am accepting all applications at this time in my life. Yeah, I date men and women and non-binary people, trans people. I don't care. Like, I'll date anybody, but I definitely have more experience with dating men. Aww. I'm not happy about it either. This is mostly going to apply to men unless I otherwise specify. I'm going to start with the green flags if the man offers to pay on the first date, unless I initiated the date. If I initiated the date, if I asked them out, or I had an idea that I wanted to go do, I feel like it's up to me to pay for the date because I'm the one who suggested it. But if I'm on a date with a woman, regardless of who suggested the date or who asked who out, I'm going to offer to pay for it. I think the man should pay on the first date or offer to pay on the first date. And if they don't, it's not a deal breaker, but I'm going to store that in my brain and I'm going to remember that. I just think it's a bad look if the guy does not offer to pay. I'm always going to offer to pay for myself. Don't fucking come for me. I'm just saying this is what I believe to be true. Another green flag that I have seen with dating this time around is when they open the door for you when you're getting in the car or out of the car. I think it's a really sweet gesture. Something else that I think may be overlooked is if the person you're on a date with walks you back to your car, if you drove separately or whatever, or they walk you to your front door. I think that is a huge deal and shows that they care about your safety and your well-being, and they want to make sure that you get where you're supposed to be going. Say if we meet up for a date and we each drive separately, but we're parked like blocks away from each other. If he doesn't walk me to my car or drive me to my car by the end of the night, that's like a huge problem for me. It's not a deal breaker, but I'm gonna remember it and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Something else that I have seen is if a guy is close with his mom, or if he has a sister and he's close with his sister, I think that says a lot about how he is going to treat a woman. Now, there are exceptions to this, of course, because I come from a very dysfunctional family, so I know how things go. Sometimes you cut people out of your life for a legitimate reason. If he is not close with his mom and he's not close with his sister, I want to know why, and I want to know if there is a good reason there. Another green flag is if a guy can just get a little bit vulnerable with me and just open up to me. Let's exchange trauma stories, you know what I'm saying? But let's not stay there, because if you stay talking about your ex, what the fuck? Why aren't you healed from that by now? But if you can open up and tell me things and be vulnerable with me, or if you cry in front of me, I love that. I mean, I don't want to... Let me rephrase. I don't want to date a whiny, crying baby guy. It is nice to see vulnerability from time to time, because I have dated men, I've dated super masculine, manly men who don't cry, ever, aren't vulnerable, and that's just a turnoff. The next thing is kind of bare minimum, but they have ambitions and they share them with me. I don't think I could date someone long term who does not have ambitions. Let's talk about our goals and let's talk about ways that we can achieve them together. All right, let's move on to yellow flags. If they are a stoner or participate in any other recreational drug use, including drinking regularly. Now, I sound kind of like a hypocrite because I do smoke weed from time to time. I do drink from time to time, but when I envision a life partner, they do not participate in these things all the time. If you're a stoner, you are spending so much money on weed. If you smoke every day, I don't buy weed, so I don't fucking know how much it costs, but that adds up. So if I'm trying to be with someone long term, our lifestyles need to align and our goals need to align, and that money could be spent better elsewhere. If they smoke weed daily or they do drugs, our lifestyles don't really align there, but it's not a deal breaker for me. That's why it's a yellow flag and not a red flag. I don't know. Like, do I even want to get married? I don't know. Another yellow flag is if a man knows his big 3 zodiac signs. It's a fucking meme. It's a thing now, but it's true. If a guy knows his big 3, he has probably ran through. Some girl got to him before me, and I don't like that. Like, why is he dating other girls before me? Why didn't he just wait for me? I'm still gonna give it a chance. It's not a deal breaker, but also what the fuck? The next thing I have, so this happened to me on one of my first couple dates with someone. But we went to a brewery, which apparently is a place that he frequented. So he knew the bartender pretty well. I am super anxious. I'm like kind of drunk and we're at this brewery and he's trying to order drinks for us, but he's just talking to the bartender the whole time. And then I'm standing there and I feel like the third wheel. It's great if you're polite to wait staff and servers and whatever, but like if you're gonna sit there and talk and have full-on conversations while I'm just standing there, I felt like that was really rude. Made me feel very uncomfortable. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but it did make me feel some type of way. Another yellow flag that I have encountered this time around. If you have been sent to federal prison, yeah, not a deal breaker. Character development, I don't know. It's not totally off the table if you've been to federal prison. It's not looking good for you either, but I'm still gonna stick around and see what happens. I fucking like chaos. All right, let's go on to red flags. If a guy tries to kiss me on the first date, I hate that. Don't try to kiss me on the first date. No, I don't wanna kiss you on the first date, like ever. Even if I am really, really into it, I don't wanna kiss you on the first date. Unless you're a girl, then I probably do wanna kiss you on the first date. But I'm not gonna make the first move. Some other red flags, they don't have a car. Not having a car kind of depends on your circumstance. Like if you live in a city and like your job is walkable, it's not totally off the table, but it is a red flag because what, now I have to come get you? Now it's up to me to see you and to transport myself to you or get you to come to me. I don't want to do it. I probably will not date someone who does not have a car. Also, why don't you have a car? Did you get a DUI and now your license is revoked? Tell me more. Why don't you have a car? Another red flag is if they don't have a job. Like if they don't have a job, no. Can't do it. Won't do it. Won't date you if you don't have a job. That's like the bare minimum. One of the few things that are on my red flags list that would get me to stop talking to you, if you're racist or you have some sort of hatred for a certain group of people or you talk poorly about a certain group of people, that's an automatic no for me. We will not go anywhere. Ignorance kind of falls into that category. If you're transphobic, those types of things. It just kind of shows that you lack empathy. I can't do that. So that's my list. Green, yellow, and red flags. But obviously this is just how I feel. These are the thoughts that I have. Dating this time around, I have been much more open to different things. I don't want to date just to date. I would like to date with the intention of it being long term and with the intention of maybe eventually getting married, but I'm kind of open to whatever. You know, if we don't totally align, it's not the end of the world. You have to give and take somewhere. This sounds crazy, but I have a list in my phone of qualities and certain things that I want in a significant other. I mean, there's maybe probably less than 15 things on that list. The likelihood of someone checking all of those boxes is so slim. Like, it would be stupid of me to shut every single person out that does not meet my criteria. I have a friend who's like that actually. She does not want to give anyone else a chance if they have like one thing off about them that she doesn't like. And I just think that's so absurd. You are shutting yourself out for so many opportunities of meeting amazing people that can actually show you things about yourself too. Yeah, it's rough out here. If I end up with just me and my dog, that's fine. I don't care. Nothing matters. Do you want to see her right now? She's really cute. She's on the couch and she's like sprawled out. That's all I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you agreed with some things I said. And if you didn't, well, you're wrong. All right, bye.